Hello and welcome to Card Talk. I'm your host, Grant, and as always, I am joined with Ted.
Good afternoon, Card Talk fans.
And today we are taking on the road to Isengard.
Yes, we are. It's going to be a long, treacherous road.
And this is probably one of the more interesting quests because we have a new mechanic introduced in this, the sorcery mechanic, I believe. Wizardry
Yeah,
effects.
Wizardry, I think is the formal name.
Yeah, so we should see a few of them coming off as we progress through the game. But we also have to gain some tree allies. So, looking at our opening hands, what do you think of your opening hand?
I think I'm going to probably take a mulligan. Those unexpected courages are great, but I prefer to see a silver harp or an elven light or something. So
Okay.
I am going to take a mulligan. Well, I got an elven light, so I'm not going to complain. It's pretty good.
Okay, looking at my opening hand, I have a round shield, a Gondorian shield, a dagger of Westerness, and an armored Destria.
That is pretty great, if you ask me.
It is, but I don't really have much in the way of attack power other than the Dagger of Westerness for Irma.
Right, but you got a foe hammer, so you're gonna draw 3 new cards,
Only when I kill an enemy.
which hopefully you'll be doing.
Yes, hopefully so. But as you say, it is actually quite a nice opening hand, so I think I will end up keeping that one. So, looking at your new hand, you have Elven Light, Snowmane, a round shield, a full hammer yourself, and a dwarven shield.
Yep.
Hey Matt, thanks for joining. We've just started and it's probably going to be very treacherous.
Yeah, we're gonna see how it goes.
Okay, so is there anything we need to know prior to this quest beginning? No, that's the resolution and okay. No, I think that's everything. So Saruman's army has been defeated at Helm's Deep, but the wizard's fortress is beyond Rohan's power to capture. However, the Ents of Fangorn have also suffered great injury because of Saruman and his orcs. They have the strength to break Isengard, but only if they can be roused to attack.
Yeah, which hopefully we'll do. So we've set the gates of Isengard, Orthanc, Saruman is step aside. We've added each copy of the Ents, and then the encounter deck has been shuffled. Okay, rouse the Ents. 1B. Players cannot draw cards or gain resources. Do not commit characters to the quest or reveal encounter cards during the quest phase. And then it has a forced mechanic at the end of the round. We place a resource here. And if the player, we may advance to stage 2. If the players advance, the first player shuffles the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck and reveals 1 card for each resource here. Then remove each end objective in the staging area from the game. So, yep, we decided to just try and
Right, if you control K on your heroes, it will lock them to stop them generating resources.
yeah.
And then if you right click on your deck and click lock, it will stop us drawing cards.
How about that? Octagon tips with Grant. It's gonna be a separate series.
Welcome, Silverthorn. Glad to have you with me. Um, so at the end of the round, place one resource here. So
It looks like so. This whole first stage is where we're not drawing cards or gaining resources, and we're not questing or flipping cards. We're basically just trying to take the actions on these Ent of Fangorns. So it has the action in the staging area. It's a quest action. To exhaust a hero you control, to discard the top card of the encounter deck. And if that hero's willpower is greater than the discarded card's threat, place a resource here. And when the Ents get 3 resources here, discard them to take control of Entefangorn. Any player may trigger this effect.
Okay, so your first player.
Yeah, so it's basically just going to be it's trying with all my heroes one at a time and seeing how lucky we get.
Okay.
So I'll try with Gimli first, hoping for a 0 or a 1. Hey, no fate. Great.
So you gain a resource on that end.
Yep. Fantastic. We're going to try again with Legolas. Another burden, which I did shuffle the encounter deck. I put those in, and then I shuffled them.
Well, let's not complain about it. Thanks, Silverthorn. We're going to need all the luck of the leprechauns this game.
Yep, okay. Yeah, I figured as long as we get one of these, we would move on. I can't remember how critical they are to the scenario because it's been a while since I played it. So we'll give Hama a go, hoping for essentially a 0.
Not a 0.
Not a 0. And then we have Aragorn as well, so I'll go ahead and exhaust him. Since you have control of him, thank you, Grant.
Yeah, I'll just pass control back across to you now. I just took you got it?
Wow, okay. Yeah, so that is the third one, which will take control of an Entefangorn.
And this does not break the rules of our deck, since we do not have allies actually included in our decks.
Yes, yeah, these are objective allies, so they don't do anything with the 3 Hunters contract. So we're gonna have to get. I was planning on getting. I assumed we'd get at least one of these, and we did. So we'll have to get really, really lucky to get a second one, but let's see how it goes.
Okay, well, he has Eowyn.
And she's almost guaranteed in this scenario because I don't think there's any card in here that is 4.
Saruman.
Oh, yeah, he's not on the deck. So we flipped over a 2, so that earns you 1.
Irma.
Gotta get lucky here. Holy smokes. A 0.
And Erkenbrand.
Oh, man. Come on. Come on, no whammy. A 1? Ah. So, yeah, you gotta be greater. A tie doesn't work.
So the question becomes, do we want to spend another round here to try and gain some more ents?
So I believe the penalty, so it's going to be, we're basically taking 1 card, but if we try to gain more ents, we would get 2 cards.
Yes.
The fact that we got, I think, because we got 2 this round, two tokens, we could probably, if we do it one more turn, capture 2 more ents.
Potentially, yes.
Because we're guaranteed to get this one, I think, with Eowyn, and I think statistically, we could probably get a 3rd. So the question is getting 2 more of these worth another encounter card?
What do you think?
I think it is.
Then let's do it and add a resource to rouse the ents, and we'll try it one more time.
Yep. If we had done worse, I would have said let's advance, but I think it's worth trying to get 2 more of them.
Okay, you need to ready your characters. For some reason yours didn't ready.
Oh.
I think it's because they're locked.
Could be. Yeah.
Do you want to ready Aragorn as well there, my friend?
Yep.
Okay, so it's me first this time.
Yep.
So Eowyn.
Yeah, and I guess we want to put it on this one just to make sure we get it, right?
Yep.
Oh, a 0. Dang. Okay.
Should have went with Irma.
Yep. So you get this one.
Yep. And then I will do Irma.
All right. Here we go.
Nope.
3. Yep.
And
No,
Erkenbrand.
Here we go.
Nope.
Nope.
So it's now over Aragorn for 2.
Yep. Aragorn for 2.
Yes.
Okay.
That gives you 1 resource, so you just need to find 2 to get through there.
Yeah, and it's specifically exhaust a hero, right? You
Yes.
can't use another end? Yep,
Yeah.
okay. So we'll
That's
try
what
Gimli here.
I checked that myself.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Gimli got it. Now I got 2 tries. I get 1 more. Legolas,
Nope.
2.
1
Oh,
more.
last try. Come on.
Yes.
Yes.
3 ends out of 4. Can
That's
it?
pretty good. That's pretty good, I think, for doing it in 2
Yep.
turns.
And let's unlock our deck. Seems we are now at the point where we can progress. So that's a second resource on stage 1.
Yep. So at the end of the round, we're going to place a resource here, and then we're going to advance to stage 2, and then that one's going to get removed. Yep. Let's see. So we're going to 1 card for each resource token. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle everything back, and then it looks like I'm just revealing 2 cards.
Yes.
Okay. Poison Vapor, Surge, exhaust each damaged character until the end of their combat phase. Treat each damaged character's text box if they're blank except for a trait. So that's just
fine. Surges.
But it does surge because it does say to reveal. Saruman's orders. Each player must choose either return an engaged enemy with him to the staging area or reveal an encounter card. That's bad. So we each have to choose an encounter card. So essentially we have to do 3 cards. Blast of Sorcery. Assign X damage among characters committed to the quest. X is 1 more than the number of players in the game.
Well, there's no characters committed to the quest, so we are safe.
There's no one questing, yep. So we got 2 more cards. A Underground Armory. And a second Blast of Sorcery.
Okay, so a fairly mundane start. I am happy with that.
Yeah, that was okay. Even though I don't mind those Blast of Sorceries coming out when they're revealed. That's okay. That helps quite a bit. I don't know if we're going to get a better start than that ever.
No, I don't think so either.
Then we go to stage 2A.
Make Gates of Isengard the active location and add Saruman and Orthanc to the staging area. To Isengard. Through Isengard be ringed and barred with doors of stone. Through we go with doors of stone. Through Isengard be strong and hard, as cold as stone and bare as bone. We go to war. To hew the stone and break the door. For bowl and bow, we are burning now. The furnaces roll. We go to war.
Yeah, that's the song that they sing when they're like charging down the hill. I've heard a rendition of Token actually singing it. It's recorded.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try and sing it.
Yeah.
No
He's not really singing either. He's more or less just reading it, but it was still interesting.
Yeah.
To listen to.
Right. So we'll flip this card over, and the power of Saruman must be broken, and the fortress of Isengard destroyed. The players cannot travel to Orthanc.
Forced after a non-unique location is explored, place 1 damage here. Then if there are 5 damage tokens here, advance to stage 3A. Quest action. Exhaust Ent of Fangorn to place 2 progress. Oh, in a non-unique location. Wow, we have 3 of them, huh?
Yep.
Dang. Okay.
Okay, do you have the rule sheet for how the wizardry effects go off?
I think they only go off when cards reference their wizardry effect. I believe. But we'll take a second look here. So we are doing. Yeah, I think they just go off when they're referenced when they say, trigger this wizardry effect. Okay, Wizardry is a new timing trigger in the Road to Isengard Snare that represents the various spells and machinations of Saruman used to defend Isengard from attack. When a location with the wizardry trigger leaves play as an explored location, you trigger its wizardry effect,
Right.
even if it's not the active location. So whenever a wizardry location is explored, we trigger the wizardry effect.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're essentially actually ready to
start
the new turn. So I think a couple things are going to happen, right? So Orthanc is immune to player card effects. Orthanc in the staging area gains forced after the player's quest successfully. The first player looks at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, reveals one, and discards the others. That hurts. Saruman. Saruman is indestructible. He's immune to player card effects and cannot leave the staging area. Forced, when Saruman is dealt a shadow card with a wizardry effect, the defending player resolves the wizardry effect, as if he's the only player in the game.
Okay.
Then we have Underground Armory. When it's in the staging area, it gains forced. After an enemy engages a player, deal it a shadow card. And then it has a wizardry effect if each player exhausts a character he controls. Okay. I think now we're ready to play, and I'm not actually sure, where did our first player marker go? Did it just, like, disappear?
I don't think we actually got one.
That's fine. Aragorn will just have to be our marker. We'll just have to actively move him. Oh, there it is. Hey!
I just generated it in.
Oh, okay. Great.
And we are on turn 3, so
yep.
You're first player.
Okay. Alright, we'll play this Rivendell Blade for 0 and Legolas. I think, I'm kind of hoping we'll be... Oh, what does Gates of Isengard do? We should read this one, too. Immune to player card effects forced. When the Gates of Isengard is explored, each player searches the encounter and can discard pile for an enemy and puts it into play. Engage with him? Oh my god. It's difficult. Okay, so we're going to be getting enemies no matter what. And then we have 4, 8. We have 10 threat to contend with. Turn 1. That is quite a bit. Alright, I'll play Snowmane on Hama for 0. And the question is, do we think we're going to quest successfully, is my question. Because I'm going to be banking... I think if we send all of the Ents to quest, we will be okay.
Okay.
I'm deciding if I want to play this Dwarven Shield or not, because it will spend Gimli's 1 resource. And if I get the Leader of Men, I'll be okay to then ready Legolas for attacking. But if we don't quest successfully, we'll be in a tough spot.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to play it safe and not play it, but I will give him this round shield this turn.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to do.
Okay, I'm going to start off by playing a Dagger of Westerness on Aema. I'm going to spend 1 for Arraignment of War.
Very nice.
Play out a Gondorian Shield. I'm going to play out a Round Shield. And that's all I can do.
Okay, that's not bad.
Unless I played out the Armored Destrier instead of the Round Shield and give the Round Shield to Eowyn.
Oh, well, the Destrier would cost you 2 resources, right? Because he already got his discount. So I'd say the Round Shield is... Well, you want to get the Destrier, I think, on Erkenbrand later in the turn. So I would say put the Round Shield somewhere else. Because the Destrier is going to be a really great card on Erkenbrand, especially because you got that Raymond on him.
Yeah. Okay, I'll put the round shield on Eowyn so she's defending for about
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's time to quest, and I think we're just gonna have to send these ends questing.
Okay, I'm sending 6.
So I'm gonna send Legolas and Gimli using Legolas's ability. I'll discard Elven Light and give him a boost, and then I might as well send Hama too, since he's got Snowmane. And I think we're gonna throw Aragorn in the bucket as well.
Okay.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 11 from me.
Plus 6 from me.
Okay, 17. I think that will hopefully be enough.
She has open.
All right, here we go. So this is my card. When revealed, either discard a random card from your hand or reveal an encounter card. That is really, really brutal, but I really don't want another card. So I'm gonna do a random discard, as much as that hurts.
Okay.
Okay, Dwarven Shield is gone. Which actually the best one I think I could have let go, so that's great. Our second card is Grima, who's just floating around in the deck, and he's doomed too.
Yep. And hey, David. Yeah, we're doing all right actually. We had a very good start, capturing 3 Ents with 2 turns at the first quest stage. So we're doing all right. We've just really started getting into the game.
We got some schoolwork for you, David. We're gonna school Saruman in his wicked ways. Okay, so what'd we add? 4?
Yep.
Okay, so we quest successfully, which is good.
Yep. 17 against 16.
Yep, someone to exhaust Leader of Men for a resource on Gimli. Orthanc says, after the player's quest successfully, the first player looks at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, reveals one, and discards the others.
Well, do we want to go for the Gates of Isengard's effect first?
So this is when it's explored, so by the rules, this triggers first.
Right, okay.
Because we quest successfully before we apply progress.
Right.
So let's take a look and see what we got. Okay. Well, pursued by the enemy would be great to be discarded, so I think that one's out.
Yep.
Ring Wall of Isengard. When it's in the staging area, gains forced. After any amount of damage is healed from a character, its owner discards a card from his hand. Steaming Vent is...
Deal damage.
What's the wizardry effects? Each player discards a random card. Yikes. Steaming Vent is assign X damage among characters in play. X. Okay, I think the Vent is the best one.
Okay.
And we could even clear it using the ability. We could have our Ents clear it.
Okay.
So let's go with a Steaming Vent. So we're making 3 progress. So we're basically going to be exploring the Gates of Isengard.
Which means we have to put an enemy engaged with us.
Yep. So this goes to victory.
And that's why I thought I should have played the Armored Destria last turn.
Yeah, an extra block would have been great. Over the Raymond, at least on the initial turn. But
well,
if we
no,
can get you to flip...
what I was saying is having them both out this turn, paying the full cost of Armored Destria.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, you actually had the resources for it, huh?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I didn't think you did. I forgot Eomer didn't spend any. He didn't need it, right? Because he didn't have his ability. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think I should have done that, and because of the fact that we misread each other, I'm actually going to do that.
Yeah, that's. We're gonna put a little asterisk on this win, like most games played. That's.
Well, it just makes sense. You know what I mean? I would have played it anyway, but because you were saying put it out later in the turn, it was like, well.
Yeah, I didn't think you could afford it. I thought you needed I thought Erkenbrand only had one resource, but it makes perfect sense because we know for sure we're getting two enemies.
Yeah.
Like no. So our choices are. So I think we just. What does it
Hammer
say?
readies, remember. Hammer readies.
Oh yeah, Hama. We also quested successfully, so I'll trigger Snowman. Yep, thank you. And just, we put the enemy into play, engage with us. Okay,
Yeah.
so if we grab it, I think these guys are kind of the best ones to get.
Okay.
Unless there's any in the discard pile.
No, I don't think there's any enemies in the discard pile.
Nope, there's no. I think we should just grab these guys because they have archery 1. Their red revealed effects don't go off and they're relatively harmless. These Snagas.
Yep.
So great. So we each get a Snaga. And then after non-unique locations, non-unique locations. So we do not even get a progress from Gates of Isengard.
Yep.
Okay.
And do we trigger the wizardry effects from a unique location going? Because we have the wizardry effect of the underground armory to go off.
So we don't trigger that, but we do trigger it's in the staging area where it says after an enemy engages a player, deal it a shadow card.
Okay.
So these guys get shadow cards from this.
Okay.
And now we decide where we're going to travel to.
Okay, I would suggest either the underground armory.
Yeah.
Or
it's either this or the vent.
yeah.
I think we'd be okay. It depends on how many enemies we kill, because these 29. This guy's coming down. Yeah, these are both coming down. We have to contend with both of these guys as well.
Yeah.
So I think going to the armory would give them less shadow cards.
Okay.
Because its abilities when it's in the staging area.
Yeah. So I will optional this Isengard Oak for you.
Okay.
And you can take Grima.
Yep.
Seems we can't kill Grima anyway, because as soon as he attacks, he just goes back into the encounter deck.
Oh, that player shuffles Grima into the encounter deck and reveals an encounter card.
Yep.
But that's if he attacks, right?
Yep.
I have a feint.
Well, if you have a feint, you want me to kill him?
I should be able to. Still. Let's see here. Hold on, because I'm gonna ready Legolas. And boost him. So I think I'll still be able to kill Grima, I think.
Okay.
And you can kill any one of your other guys that you got.
Yeah, and it's archery 3 that we have on the board.
Yeah, I think feigning Grima makes the most sense.
Yeah, agreed. So I will take 2 archery.
Yep. I'm going to...
You want to take one of that archery? One archery?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll put one on Legolas.
Oh, actually split that up just for when you get the contract up. Okay, you're first to defend.
Yeah, I'm going to take an action and pay a resource to put Elven Light into my hand and draw a card.
Okay.
So I'm going to take an action with Hama, and I'm going to feint Grima.
You mean pay a resource?
Yeah, pay a resource for feint on Grima, which is really the best way to deal with him, so that helps a lot. I'm going to have Gimli defend this Snaga, and I'm going to pay a resource to ready Legolas.
Okay.
And boost his attack. So we have until the end of the round, attacking enemy gets +2 defense. I'll trigger my round shield for +2 defense.
Okay.
And nothing. So Gimli takes no damage because of the round shield, but I have to remember that this guy
has got 3 defense.
Yeah, so he's probably just going to get left anyway.
Well, yeah, you were going to kill off Grima.
Yep.
Okay, and for my defense, I am going to defend the Isengard Orc with Erkenbrand discarding one of the shadows off the Snaga.
Top or bottom?
Makes no difference.
Okay.
I'm not feeling one either way.
Okay. All right, so we have the Isengard Orc here. No shadow effect.
And then Erkenbrand will defend the Snaga.
All right. He also has no shadow effect.
Okay.
Lucky us.
And how are you
I'm
attacking?
feeling pretty good about this game so far. I was really waiting for it to go downhill on turn
Don't
1.
say that! Just don't say that, you'll jinx
Yeah.
it.
All right. So I think I want to make sure I kill Grima. Legolas can kill Grima by himself. But I might as well as have.
Hammer joining the attack.
Yeah, because I can't do any damage to the Snaga now. And we want to make sure Grima's killed. And Hama cannot kill Grima on his own. So I think they're both going to attack. I'm going to trigger Hama's ability, though.
Discard an Elven Light to return Faint to your hand.
Yeah, I think having one of those in my pocket is a good idea. And then I'm going to kill Grima, who's not Victory, so he just gets killed.
And trigger 4 Hammer.
And exhaust, yep, the Rivendell Blade to Foe Hammer as well.
Okay. Irma is going to attack and kill either one of these because they've both got archery. So it makes no difference which one I kill.
Probably the Snaga because his attack is higher.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, okay. Kill the Snaga. Trigger 4 Hammer, draw 3 cards. Ooh.
How'd you do?
I got Bilbo's plan.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so you're still in the window
Yes, I am.
to play it.
Is it worthwhile?
So we would trade out the steaming vent, but the steaming vent's, I'd say, a relatively harmless location because even though he deals 1 damage to it's only 1 damage to a questing character, and our contracts will heal that. So I would say hang on to it for a more threatening location than the steaming vent.
Okay.
And if we want to, we can even use the quest action from here to have the Ents get rid of this, which I think we might just do.
And then we'll go assign 2 damage.
Yeah, and that's also can be healed.
Sorry, 3 damage. X is 1.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do that after we flip. As long as we're flipping.
Okay, and for some reason I didn't draw a card there.
Okay, so I think our first player marker is a little janky, right? Because it's not.
There we go. We're on turn 4 now, so.
Right. Yeah. So maybe I can just adjust the turn marker to 4.
Yeah. Well, I put the resources on there as a turn marker because I couldn't add the marker on. So.
Yeah, it looks like it did it automatically, which is pretty neat.
So okay, I'm first player. I am going to drop out a Blade of Gondolin onto Eowyn. Actually, no, I'm going to drop that on Irma so I can flip my contract.
Perfect.
At the end of the resource phase. I am going to drop a round shield onto Aragorn.
You know what? If you play that on Hama, I could flip the contract this turn.
Okay.
And even though I'll probably end up throwing away that round shield later for something else, I think flipping is more important.
Yep, no worries. I'll do that for you. I have no problems with that whatsoever, and I'm going to give Aragorn. I'm going to give Irma a rod.
Okay. Oh, that'll help too, actually. Yeah. Okay.
And it won't be next. It'll be the turn after next that you flip because you get Aragorn back this turn.
Oh, yep. So. Yeah, because you have Aragorn right now.
Yep.
And then you're gonna pass him to me. So I actually can't flip. You're right. So if you want to hang, I guess if you want to hang on to the round shield, because I can't flip because of the way Aragorn interacts with the contract.
Well, I was just going to give Aragorn the round shield anyway, because I've got enough there to flip this turn. So I was going to give Aragorn the round shield, so that way when we're questing with them, you'll be that bit more powerful when we both flip.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I should be able to draw another item. Yeah, okay, I guess we'll
I mean,
put it.
I don't mind leaving it on hammer for you.
Yeah,
It's
all
not
right. I
an
guess we'll do
issue.
that just in case for now. Anyway, I'll throw another round shield on Gimli. Round shields everywhere in this game. I'll give an elven spear to Legolas. Um,
Hey, Renata.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Hinata. Okay, that is it.
So questing.
Yeah, I think that's it for planning. So, I'll send Legolas triggering his little trick here with Elven Light.
Don't forget we have to deal damage equal to the when we commit characters to the quest.
Yeah, I think what we're just gonna do is it's a quest action. So I think I'm just gonna exhaust both my Ents before we commit.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put 4 progress on this. And then the wizardry effect will go off, which assign X damage among characters in play. X is 1 more than the number of a player. And then we just have to assign 3 damage.
Okay, well I'm assigning 1 to this end. We could just assign the 3 damage to the ends.
Yeah, but we can't heal. The contract will heal us, so I'll take damage on some. I can put a damage on Hama.
I'll put 1 on Aragorn then.
Yeah. Oops.
So it's just 1 more damage that we need to assign.
I mean, I can put 2 on Legolas and then 1 on Hama.
Okay.
And that's
That's
so I assigned 2 and then 1 on Aragorn.
Yeah.
And then this is discarded.
Yeah.
So we did the wizardry effect, and then we also
put 1 on.
We put a damage token here on breaking Isengard. Okay.
And do we need it? Is there anything we need to trigger from the fact of exploring that?
We did the wizardry trigger.
Yeah.
On Steaming Vent, so that's all we had to do.
Okay, so we don't need to trigger the wizardry effect on Underground Armory until that one's explored, right?
Yeah, that one, right, when we actually put progress on it and explore it.
Okay, I'll send 2, 4, 8 with Aragorn.
Okay, I got 4, 5, 6, 7, and I got 9.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yes, here we go.
A plane of Isengard. X is the number of
players
in the game. Eventually I'll get the right token here. Well, plane of Isengard is in the staging area. Archery damage must be assigned to allies if able. Ooh, it's going to go straight on the Ents.
Yep, each player discards an ally from its wizardry effect.
Wow, we're probably never... That is going to be a Bilbo's plan target.
Yes, I agree.
Because we'd have to lose an Ent.
Yep.
Okay. And an open pit. Well, open pit is in the staging area. It gains force after a player draws any number of cards from a player effect. He raises his threat by 2. That's also terrible.
Yep.
So we have 6, 7, 8. So we have 10 versus our. What you sent 8 Grant, right?
Yep.
So we sent 17. So we quest successfully.
Yep. So we each have to exhaust a character.
Yep. So I'm going to trigger Snowmane to ready Hama, and this guy's defense is back down to normal. We're going to explore the Underground Armory, which gives us a damage token.
Yep, and then each player exhausts the character he controls, so I'm actually going to exhaust Irma.
Yeah, I'll have to exhaust Hama then. But we have Aragorn's ability to ready characters if we need.
Well, we're going to because we want to kill off at least one of these archery guys.
Yep.
And I suggest I kill off mine because I've got Bilbo's plan to get rid of that.
And then, oh right, And then before all that happens, we have to trigger or think, which is looking at the
Top
three
three.
cards and revealing one.
Yep. So give us the top three. And
Poison Vapors, a Wolf of Isengard, and a Machines of Isengard. Machines of Isengard says trigger the wizardry effect of the active location. If no effect was triggered this way, it gains surges. Or it surges. So this would actually go off before we explored this. So this would be triggering the effect again to exhaust a character.
yeah.
Um,
I'm tempted to take Poison Vapor.
well, that'll just surge, though, into another card. So, my vote is for the wolf.
Okay, we'll take the wolf.
Yeah, if you agree with that.
Yeah, we'll take the wolf.
Okay. So these are discarded. This is explored. We did the wizardry effect. Now it goes to travel.
The open pit.
The open pit it is, because that's pretty bad.
Yep. And then I will optional this Wolf of Isengard.
Alright.
Unless you want it.
Nope, that is okay.
Okay, and then shadow cards. We have 2 archery to assign, so that has to go on the Ents.
Because of the plane of Isengard,
Yep.
right? Yep. So I'll put one on one of mine.
And I've got one on one of mine.
All right.
So my defenses, I am going to defend the Saga with Isengard, discarding the shadow card from the wolf.
Defending here.
Yep.
Okay. So I'll discard this shadow card with the armor destrier.
Yep.
No shadow effect.
And then Isengard will defend the wolf for no damage.
Yep.
How are you defending yours?
I will have. I forgot to trigger Leader of Men too, for questing successfully. So I'll
Yep.
trigger that for a resource. So I'm gonna defend with Gimli. I'm gonna pay a resource. I'd love to use Hama's ability, but I think Legolas can actually kill the Snaga. So.
Yes, he can, because of the Elven Blade, the Rundle Blade.
All right. No shadow card.
Okay.
So Gimli takes 1 damage because he's only got 2 defense.
Did it not have a shadow effect? No.
It did not. It was an ill fate.
Okay, well, now for attacking, I'm going to have to spend Aragorn's 2 resources using his ability and ready up Irma. Irma then kills the Isengard Orc, triggering Bilbo's plan.
Okay, taking out this Isengard Orc. So, Bilbo's plan reads, after attacking this turn enemy, shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck and discard cards until an enemy is discarded. Add that enemy to the staging area, discard a non-unique location with a threat equal to or less than the enemy's threat. So we only need to get a 2-threat enemy and then we're good.
Okay.
But we shuffled the discard pile. That's the downside. Alright, so I'm going to be discarding. We want an enemy. No, it failed. Bilbo's
well.
plan backfired.
Oh well, that's a shame, but nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, it happens.
But I will trigger Arod in place of progress on
Plane of Isengard.
it means that we'll have to discard one of our Ents.
Oh, yeah,
Two
you're
of our
right.
Ents if we explore it.
Yeah, so I guess just on the open pit?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we'd lose 2 Ents. We're better off just leaving it in the staging area until the Ents die.
Oh, at least they're close to dying.
Yeah. Alright. Did I? Oh, this wolf has an ability, but I forgot what I don't think his shadow card had a wizardry effect on it.
I
though.
discarded it with
Oh, that's right. That's right.
On my desk, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have Legolas attack for 4, with -2 defense and wipe out the Saga.
Sounds good.
And that will put us at the end of the turn.
I flip my contract.
Yep. So first player is now to me, and I can't flip just because I got Aragorn.
Yes, you do.
Okay, but I'll be able to flip at the end of this turn. Oh yeah, thanks for joining everyone. We got a full house. We got Silverthorn, Cat Attack, David's around there in the background, and Hinata has joined us too. So come along and witness our hopeful not destruction.
Yep, so you're first player, so let's get this destruction underway.
Yeah. Okay, so I can
if you dropped out that unexpected courage, I could kill that orc in the staging area and then ready up for the combat phase.
With who? What are you thinking?
Well, if you put unexpected courage on Irma.
Oh, I gotcha. Because we get his ability and then be able to attack.
Yeah.
That is a good plan. I'm inclined. My general rule of thumb is always save for test to will.
I would also agree with that.
Yeah. So I think
it's just to try and mitigate some of this archery that's coming on our ends.
Yeah. Well, you can at the very least take out this guy with Éomer, right?
Yeah. It just means I won't have anything to take out this wolf of Isengard.
Yeah. Well, maybe I can range over with Legolas.
Oh yeah, you've got the spear that allows you to discard.
Yeah, and did we spend some of Aragorn's resources too?
Yeah, I spent them last turn to kill off the Saga. To kill off my enemy.
Okay. Okay. Alright. You can always save your Ent too, right? You can always just not quest with him.
Well, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, and he's 4, so he might be able to... plus you got Éowyn's ability. I don't remember if we have to... Do we have to kill Saruman? I feel like we don't actually kill him.
I cannot remember. I've never played this quest.
Oh, okay, great. It's been a long while for me. So I think you could maybe just save your end because your contract flipped too, so you're questing for a little bit more.
Yep. Okay, so what's your thinking then?
Well, I'm not gonna play anything. I'm gonna save for test to will. I'd rather have those resources, but I will use Elven Light to draw a card. I drew this Blade of Gondolin, which I guess I'll play on Hama.
And that's his 3 restricteds.
Yep. And so I'll be discarding with Elven Lights, questing with them.
Okay.
Quest with Hamas.
I'm going to drop out a Dagger of Westerness onto Irma, and that's his 3rd restricted attachment.
There you go.
And that costs me 1, because I flipped. So I will send 10, and I will kill that orc up in the staging area.
Yep, using Éomer's ability, spend a resource. Whoops, that's when you're just trying to draw an arrow. Can't draw an arrow to illustrate for everyone paying it. There we go. Using Éomer's ability, we can take out the Isengard orc at least. So, all right. So the question is, do I save? Yeah, do I save my Ents for a location? I wonder if we'll need them to quest. I feel like we might not. Right now, I'm sending 5.
6. We've got 8 in the staging area.
Okay. How much are you sending?
I'm sending 10.
So we got 15. I think we're better off just sending Aragorn.
Okay.
So that's 17 not sending any of the Ents.
Okay.
And I feel like that should be enough to... All we have to do is clear the location.
Oh, and that location's got 1 more progress on it, thanks to Arod.
Oh, okay. Great.
And Matt's went, too bad Bilbo's plan failed. And as for Saruman, he has to survive to become Sharky.
Yeah, right. Like I know we don't kill him, right? Because we're playing the storyline, but I thought the quest maybe might force us to at least damage him. Um, but yeah, he has to survive. So we're not playing the extended edition of the movie.
Right. With Grima stabbing him in the back, falling off the
Yeah,
Orthanc Tower.
right. Which I guess they kept that, right? They had Grima uh, killing him, so that was still kind of in line, right? Adaptation. All right. Oh, here we go. Let's go with 17.
Okay, card number 1.
Ill Fate. Peril Surge. When revealed, attached to a hero you control, counts as a condition attachment text forced. After character control is destroyed, raise your threat by 2. This is my card, so I guess
Yeah, well,
we'll
luckily
just...
enough, none of our characters are going to get destroyed. They may get discarded from the planes of Isengard, but they aren't getting destroyed.
Yeah, unless we let them be destroyed due to archery damage. Yeah.
True.
So, okay, so that surges. Okay, Grima came back because we shuffled him in
Doom
with
2
Bilbo's
again.
plan. Yep, he's got Doom 2 and Lieutenant of Orthanc.
Okay.
After Lieutenant of Orthanc attacks and destroys a character, that character's controller discards a random card from his hand. That's not so consequential.
Yep.
So we got 6, 7, 8, plus another 6, so that 14. So we quest successfully. So we got a couple of triggers that happen. Snowmane on Hama, Leader of Men on Gimli, Orthanc.
Yep.
So these are our choices. We definitely don't want a Plane of Isengard.
So it's got to be one of the blasts of sorcery then.
So it's going to be a Blast of Sorcery. Yeah. We're going to assign X damage when characters come into the quest. X is one more than the number of players in the game. So we have to assign
3 damage.
3 damage.
Okay, I'll take 1 on Irma.
I'll take 1 on Hama.
I can take 1 more on Eowyn.
Yeah, because you actually have the... Whoops, I can't get any of my shortcuts straight today. Yeah, because you're going to be healing right away, right?
Yeah, I'll be healing in the combat phase after I've defended this
Okay.
Wolf of Isengard.
Alright. Blast of Sorcery has been resolved. Then when we clear the open pit, which puts a damage token on breaking Isengard, and then the Wizardry goes off, which is each player raises his threat by 2.
Yep, which means this Lieutenant of Orthanc is coming down to you.
He sure is. Travel phase, we're going to not go to the plane because we are trying to avoid that effect. So
you know what? I'm gonna optional this Lieutenant, and you can take Grima.
I'll take Grima. Come here, use.
Okay, so you're first to defend.
Yep, I'm gonna have or Gimli defend, and I'm going to. Let's see here. Yeah, I need to wipe out Grima. Oh no, I have the Ent set already. I have so much attack power.
Could you ready Irma then?
I could. Legolas and Éomer are probably about the same attack strength, right? So.
Irma is
Well, he's got the daggers. Yeah, I'll ready Éomer with Gimli.
Thank you.
And then I don't want Grima to run away, so he's gonna get fainted again.
Can you do that when you've already declared Gimli as a defender?
Oh, that was my whole plan. Never mind. I'm fainting him rather than defending.
Okay, that means I can't ready.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we should kill him and not put him back in the deck.
Well, too bad we don't have non-return.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, Erkenbrand is going to defend the Lieutenant of Orthanc.
All right.
Discarding the
Uh,
shadow from the wolf.
using the armored duster.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then defend the wolf. Unless
Nice.
Gimli wants to defend the wolf for us and potentially allowing us to ready
Oh,
Irma.
yeah, we could. Why don't we do that? Right. So Gimli will defend with his sentinel,
Yep.
and I just take a damage.
And then that allows me to ready Irma.
Yeah.
Right, so I have 6 attack with the Ent and Erkenbrand, and I have 8 attack, which is enough. Let's have a look. I have enough attack with Irma to kill off the Lieutenant of Orthanc, and I have enough attack with these two to kill off the Wolf of Isengard.
Very good.
And I can, and there's no point in this place in progress with the Blade of Gondolin.
Yeah. So, yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't get a location to trap. I don't think we want to go to that plane. It's not worth losing the Ents. So I'm gonna take back. I'm gonna spend a resource to pull an Elven Light back into my hand and draw a card.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna attack with Hama and the Ents to kill Grima. And I think I'm gonna trigger Hama, and I don't know if I'm gonna discard the Elven Light. Screw. Here we go. I can pull back either a Feint or a Foe Hammer and then play it. The Foe Hammer kind of makes a lot of sense, I think. Because Grima shouldn't come back again unless we do Bilbo's plan, because the deck has got 18 cards left.
Thanks, David. Yeah, there's a little bit of audio crackling coming through from my microphone, but it's not as bad as what it used to be. And no, we haven't won yet. We're only on turn 4. How long did it take you to be Doggle Dua? Okay, so you drew your Open the Armory, Rivendell Blade, and a Golden Belt. Nice.
Yep. A couple more cards should help. I'd say we're off to the next turn here. We're refresh phasing. And then I'm going to be... So you'll get control of Aragorn.
Yes.
And then that'll let me flip over my contract.
Yeah, that's what I thought, David. Oh. Okay, for me...
Alright, I'm going to use the contract right away and just heal one off all my heroes.
Here's something for Gimli for you. An Armored Destria.
Oh, that's really nice.
You're welcome. And...
Thank you.
You know what? I'm actually going to discard that Blade of Gondolin in order to give Irma a Rohan Warhorse.
Yep. Also very good.
And that's me done.
All right. I'm gonna use Open the Armory. I think I'll take an Anduril.
Nice.
And I'll spend one from Hama. And so I'm going to pitch a round shield. Actually, well, I have a golden belt, but I think the golden belts... I don't know, 2 round shields seem excessive, but I will leave it. I'll put a golden belt onto Gimli. And then I'm going to pay 3 resources to give him Anduril as well. So that boosts his stats considerably with the contract. And he's got 3 attack, 3 defense.
And the ability to ready and discard a shadow card.
Yep, and he can attack back. He's mounted up on his armored destrier in Andoril.
Hammer is Ted's third hero.
At 4. Okay. Yeah, I know my heroes are covered up with their tokens. Yep. Yeah, I was using Tactics Aragorn previously in our campaign, but then when we switched to this part of the saga, I had to change out Aragorn, and Hama seemed to kind of fit thematically. And I haven't really played him much since his errata, but he's still actually pretty decent to recur the events 3 times per game.
Yeah.
All right, so
Questing.
yeah, for sure Hama.
Did we have any archery last round?
No, we didn't.
No.
Actually.
Okay, so I'm going to send 8 to the quest with Aragorn. So if you want exhaust Aragorn for us.
So we're at 12 so far. I want to save for Test of Will, so I can't afford to take the Elven Light back. So I think I might just. I don't think 12. I want to make sure. Well, let's see here. 4, 5. We have 8 in there. 12 might not cut it. So
You could discard your Raiment of War, because who's that going to go on?
I could swap out the round shields and give it to Gimli.
Would that be beneficial for Gimli at this point? Because the round shields are essentially giving you +4 to your defense when a shadow effect.
If a shadow card, yeah. I think I might just quest with Legolas only and not discard.
You could also increase Legolas's attack by giving him a blade of some sort, like another Rivendell blade or a dagger of Westerness.
Yeah, I guess I don't need. I was thinking I might need to take back a feint or something, but I won't actually have the resources to play it. So I might as well give him this other Rivendell blade for now. And that boosts his willpower 4.
Yeah, I'm running Eowyn, Eomer, and Erkenbrand, David. And that's leadership Eomer.
So now we're sending 16.
Yep.
Still saving 2 of the ends in case we get a location we want to get rid of right away. So, okay, here we go.
Yep.
Poison Vapors. Exhaust each damaged character until the end of the combat phase. Treat each damaged character's text box that were blank except for traits. I could cancel that, but it's going to surge, so I'm inclined not to.
Agreed.
And if we get enemies, you got Erkenbrand ready, right? So
Yep.
I want to leave this out, though, just because we have to remember the blankness. We got a Wolf of Isengard and Saruman's Orders. Each player must choose either return an enemy, engage with him to the staging area, or a villain encounter card. I think we're going to test will that.
Okay. And I think now is okay for time to discard that Poison Vapors. Because, well, just so we know where that is for the discard pile.
Oh, sure. Sure.
And that was the last card revealed, so...
Yep, so we get a couple of triggers.
Oh, thank.
Leader of Men, Snowmane, and Orthanc.
Yep.
Probably the underground armory. Because we need locations to advance. The ring wall would be a random discard, which I'm not keen on, but we could do that one also.
I mean, if we take the ring wall, you could exhaust it now before we end the quest phase and clear it.
Yes, certainly. I was just trying to avoid how many cards you got in your hand. Oh, you don't have any cards.
I don't have any cards. So
Okay, well,
I'm just thinking we could clear it.
yep. If you don't have any cards, that makes it a little easier to deal with. So, yeah, why don't we pick the ring wall of Isengard?
Okay.
And I'll just take an action right now to use this End of Fangorn to put 2 progress on it.
Yep.
And the wizardry goes off, and we each discard a random card.
Yep. And you lose a remnant of war.
That's fine. Helpful, but we've been doing fine without it.
Okay, engagements. Do you have enough?
Which puts a damage token on breaking Isengard.
Yeah. Do you have enough attack to kill this Wolf of Isengard?
So Hama will be attacking for 3 only. So no, unless we use Aragorn's resources to ready someone.
Right, it would be the same if I engaged the wolf.
Yeah.
Because I could defend the wolf for you, and then that could lead you to an attack. But again, you don't have enough attack to deal with it.
Yeah. I think why don't I just engage it, and then I think we'll just leave it engage with us, honestly.
Okay. Well, I will defend. Shadow card equals. Please no wizardry effect.
Yeah, because we also have blank abilities, right? So he can't cancel this. And what is the? It says if he's dealt the shadow card with a wizardry effect, you have to either discard a card from your hand or he makes an additional attack.
No wizardry effect.
No, but the shadow is discard a non-objective attachment you control, which I can actually lose. The round shield from Hama that you gave me.
Okay.
And then I'll just lose his willpower by 1.
Yeah, and you can switch that with a Dagger of Westerness without much issue.
Yep. So that wasn't so bad. I can attack him and basically just put 2 damage on him.
Okay.
I think we'll just leave it like that for now.
And I will, at the end of the turn, use my contract to heal up the last points of damage.
Nice.
Before the refresh phase.
I'll also start my turn by using the contract to heal up all my damage, which will also heal off Aragorn.
I'm going to discard one of these Daggers of Westerness and put out a Spear of the Mark.
Nice. I'm going to play Unlikely Friendship to draw a card.
And gain a resource.
And put a resource onto Legolas. Which now... Well, I'd like to put an Elven Light in my hand. Yeah. Take an Elven Light and draw another card. Alright. Yeah, I'll pay a resource for Hama. Give him a dagger, puts his willpower back up to 4. And that's my planning. Still with me, Grant?
Yep.
Okay. I just wasn't sure. All right. Um, okay, so I think we're ready to go. Commit.
Yep. I will send 6.
So I'm gonna send 6 with Aragorn and Hama. That's 12. Um, I think I'll just send Legolas.
Do you not want to discard Elven Light to ready Gimli?
No, I think because I'm trying to get this unexpected courage out at some point, and I might throw it away for Hama.
Fair enough.
So I think 16 is enough. That seems to be okay.
Yep.
All right, we have a ring wall of Isengard. Oh no, okay. Saruman's voice is Peril and Doomed 2. This is your peril effect. When revealed, remove a hero from the quest and attach Saruman's voice to that hero. Counts as a condition attachment with the text forced. When attached hero commits to the quest, is declared as an attacker or defender, or triggers its ability, its controller must discard a card from his hand. You know, you're pretty much playing from an empty hand anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, top decking it.
Well, I'm gonna have to just hold Eowyn back. You've got Questing pretty much sorted. Now I need Eomer for attacks and Bran to defend, so I'm gonna have to go on Eowyn.
What? Yeah, well, it doesn't say that you have to. It's just the consequence of doing one of those actions is discarding a card.
Yep.
So if you don't have the card to discard,
yeah,
so
but
yeah, that's not.
I think there's a effect on 2B that says if you don't have any cards in your hand, you're eliminated from the game.
Oh,
I think.
let's find out. Let's take a peek. So Voice of Saruman will let us draw 6 cards, and then you discard down to 6, and then he gets his staff. And if a player has 0 cards in his hand, he is eliminated. You are correct.
Yep.
All right. That's fine, because you might just end up, yeah, maybe just doing not doing anything with her.
Yep. So now we've got the choice of when to progress. We can choose to either progress now or progress after the combat phase.
I think.
Oh, it's got to be a quest action for the Ents.
Yeah, so we could do it now. We're gonna draw our 6 cards, and Saruman gets his staff. So we do eventually have to attack Saruman because his staff reads, while Saruman has any hit points remaining, the players cannot win the game. So we will have to
take Saruman on.
Attack him, but he's only. I think I hit him for 6 damage. Doesn't seem that bad.
10 damage total.
Yeah, 6 damage with 4 defense. So it says, well, Orthanc is the active location. Saruman is considered to be engaged with the first player, and then when Orthanc is explored, cancel any progress placed on this quest phase, and return Orthanc to the staging area. But did it say to make it the active location?
Doesn't see it on Orthanc. Does it flip over to side 3B? 3A?
Oh, I see. So, well, the only way to engage Saruman
is to travel to Orthanc.
Is to travel to Orthanc. That's the mechanic. I think we just advance now. I don't think waiting will really help us anymore.
Okay.
At this point.
So I will. Are we clearing it with the Ents?
Yep. I think so.
Okay, well I've just drawn my 6 cards.
So I'll exhaust an Ent to put 2 progress on this, which will give us our final damage that we need. So before you draw a card, you don't have any cards in your hand before that, right?
Nope.
So I have to do a random discard. I lost my Elven Light. That's a good random discard. So now we're going to be advancing. As we were just reading the Voice of Saruman. Suddenly another voice spoke, low and melodious. Its very sound and enchantment. Those who listened unwarily in that voice could seldom report the words that they heard. So each player draws 6 cards.
And then we'll have to discard down to 6.
Yep. So I can lose my spear. Probably don't need this open the armory. I don't think this blade of Gondolin will help. Unlikely Friendship 2 is also really only a resource, so well, of course I'd like that on Legless.
What about getting rid of your Dwarven Shield then? Because you're tapped out on Gimli.
He is tapped out, you're right. Dwarven Shield it is. That's pretty good.
Okay, so flip over to side 3B. While Orthanc is the active location, Saruman's engaged with the first player. When Orthanc is explored, cancel any progress placed on the quest phase and return it to Orthanc to the staging area.
Alright, so now we got attacks coming from Saruman, because his staff reads that after a player draws any number of cards, he attacks that player and he gets 2 shadow cards and he heals a damage. And then additionally, when he's dealt the shadow card with a wizardry effect, we have to resolve it. So he's got wizardry and shadow effects going on.
Yeah.
So it goes to travel.
So
and
here's the question. Does that mean that when we draw cards in the resource phase, he attacks us?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we also quested. We're still resolving, right? So we got to do all our quest successfully triggers before we do any of that.
Yeah.
So Hama readies. I exhaust Leader of Men for a resource, and Orthanc still triggers. I have a feeling we're gonna take a steam vent.
Okay.
Over these 2 terrible cards. And we no longer have the action now for Ents to explore locations. So the question is, do we go to Orthanc and do a round of battle with Saruman and try to just put as much damage on him as we can this round?
How much damage can we actually put on him this round?
Well,
if I engage him, I have 1, 2, 3. He's got 6 attack. I have 8 attack with Erkenbrand, 12 attack with the Ents.
You also could you could use Eowyn's ability too.
Yes, I
could. If you needed it. Yeah, like just discard 1 card.
Yes, I could.
Hitting him for 10 is not that hard.
Okay, and if we get him down to 0 hit points, do we win?
So he needs to be at 0 hit points. And we also need to then make the 15 progress. But we can't do that all in the same turn because we have to travel to Orthanc to fight him. And then next turn, when it's explored, we cancel all progress and put Orthanc back. So I think we just go for it now and just do a round of combat with him when we don't have that much else going on.
Okay, but he's going to heal 2 points of that damage when we draw cards.
Yeah, but if we overdo it and just deal as much damage as we can.
Okay.
Plus Legolas can chip in too. I can ready Legolas with Gimli.
Okay. Yes.
I think we can put a considerable amount of damage on him.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So we travel to Orthanc.
Are you first player?
Yes, I am.
Oh no, it's turn 6 and I'm first player. The token hasn't moved, so it's fine.
Yep, our token's a little janky this game.
Okay, so Saruman's considered engaged with me. 2 shadow cards, please.
Yep, so he gets 2 because of
the staff.
His staff. And then this Wolf of Isengard.
Oh no, it's one shadow card because it's only for the attack when we draw cards that he gets 2.
Oh, yep, that's a forced effect. So he only gets one during his regular attack phase, but when he attacks is when we draw cards. He gets two. You're right. All right. So do you want to defend it with Erkenbrand?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
He gets +2 defense. That's unfortunate, but you could cancel that if you want to.
And I think I will.
Yeah,
So
just to help us.
and he's attacking for 6, so I am actually 3 damage.
All right. Um, I'm gonna use Gimli to defend against my Wolf of Isengard, readying Legolas and boosting his attack by
Yeah,
1.
are you wanting a ready Gimli with...
I sure will.
And are you triggering Anduril as well?
I might as well because he's going to then attack for 3 with Anduril,
Dealing the last 2 points of damage.
then the last 2 damage. So Gimli actually kills him in the counterattack with Anduril.
Okay. So now my turn to attack back. I have 4, 7, 12. I'll raise my threat by 3, readying Eowyn, and Eowyn can attack for 10, and I have to discard 2 cards because I used her ability, and I readied her.
Yeah, and then Legolas jumps in for 4 as well.
So that's 16 damage.
So we attacked for 20 total? Is that what you're saying the number is?
Let's see, 10 from Eowyn, 15, 18, 22, and then 4 from Legolas is 26, 22 damage.
Yeah. Yep. Suck it, Saruman.
And then,
Probably don't even.
then I'm going to use that contract to heal up because Brand's close to death.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so that is it. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, so now when Orthanc is explored, we're going to cancel all progress and return it to the staging area. So basically we have to quest for basically 2 more turns. So what happens though is we draw cards, and then Saruman is going to be attacking us both.
Yep.
Getting 2 shadow cards each.
Yep. You're first player, so you're the first defense.
Yep. Does it make sense for Erkenbrand to defend one for me, and then I defend yours with Gimli readying Erkenbrand?
I have 6 hit points on Erkenbrand. It means that he's very close to death. But yeah, I can do. There you go.
That's my only thought. I mean, at some point too, I can throw an Ent under the bus, or they might actually survive an attack against him because they have 4.
Well, I was thinking of defending mine with an Ent and just chumping it.
Yeah.
So it's entirely up to you. I can defend and see what we get.
Yeah. How much damage is on it? He has 2 damage of his 6, and he's going to be taking
2 more damage at least.
4. Yeah.
And we've each drawn a card, so if he drops down to 20 damage on him. Because we each drew a card.
Yes, yep, because he does. He heals with his 2 attacks.
Yep.
That's fine. I'll defend with Gimli and already Gimli.
Okay.
With the Destrier, we'll see how this attack goes. So this first card has no wizardry or shadow effect.
And the second card
has got a shadow effect. He gets +1 attack or +2 instead if I have 1 or fewer cards.
He's attacking for 7, so you take 4 damage.
Well, I guess
Oh,
trigger
you
those
could.
round shields.
Yeah. So you take no damage.
Yeah, 3, that boosts me to 7, so he takes nothing from that attack, so that helps.
Okay, and for my attack, I will defend with the Ent.
Yeah, I suppose that's kind of the safe, I think, safe play for right now.
Yep.
Wizardry, assign X damage among characters in play. X is one more than the number of players in the game.
Okay.
I think we should assign 2 damage to your Ent.
Is it gonna die anyway? Let's see, 3, 6. Yeah, it's gonna die anyway. So
He's gonna die regardless because he has the 1 damage already.
yeah, that's what I was just checking, and I will assign 1 damage to Irma, and no
Awesome.
shadow
Okay.
effect. So
Second one is no shadow or wizardry effect as well.
so the Ent does die.
The Ents, the last march of the Ents.
Okay, and that's now we're up to planning
Yes, we are.
in your first player. So what you got for your planning?
Yeah, I should have actually threw this card away, or I should have played it during the planning phase. Or no, I shouldn't have. I should have threw this card away because when I draw cards, he attacks me.
Yeah,
That card's useless. I'll just throw it away for Legless or something.
sounds like a plan.
I wish I had a silver harp. It would be great. Because my Elven Light strategy sort of no longer works. Yeah, so the best thing I can do is play an Unexpected Courage. I think would be the most helpful thing to play.
Yeah.
I don't actually know who it's going to go on. I don't know who actually need because Erkenbrand's we don't want him defending. He already got a steed, right? And same thing with Gimli.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, essentially, Irma would quest for 4, even without needing to use his ability, which would still have him ready for combat if we were to put it on him.
Yeah, sure. Why don't we put it on him?
Okay, and seems as though I'm not exactly going to be questing with Eowyn anymore.
Yep.
Okay, so
All right.
anything else you're doing?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, I'm going to discard this Rohan Warhorse and spend 1, 2, and play out Glamdring. Oh, no, I discarded the wrong one. Discard the Dagger of Westerness. There we go. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think we're on to the quest phase, eh?
Yep.
So I'll send Hama, Legolas. I'm I think 1 Ent. I'm a little reluctant to send Gimli because I have to discard cards with I don't really want to discard cards. You know, I can't redraw cards anymore.
Yep. Well, I'm going to send Irma for 4.
And then we got Aragorn. So that's 4, 8. That's 6. So that's 16.
Yep.
And that's leaving my Ent in case I need to jump with him. So I think that's pretty good.
Okay.
We got 4, 5, 6. We got 9.
4, 8, 10,
Next turn is the turn where we actually need to quest out. So
14.
we only need to just make enough on Orthanc because all we need to do.
Yeah, well, we're sending 14, and we're up against 3, 4, 5, 9. in the staging
No.
area.
Yeah, so even if we add, I don't know, 5, we'll still be up ahead.
And I get overcome.
Oh yeah, overcome by grief comes down.
Yep. Okay, so card number 1.
Yep. We got a Plane of Isengard, which is 2 threat,
Yep.
and a Ringwall of Isengard, which is also 2 threat.
Okay, so we've added 4. So
Yep.
we've got 13 against 16.
Yep.
We make the progress needed.
So when Orthanc is explored, cancel any progress placed on this quest and return Orthanc to... so we quest successfully first.
Yep.
And then, so I can trigger Snowmane.
Leader of Men.
Trigger Leader of Men. And then Orthanc doesn't trigger because it's only when it's in the staging area.
That's correct.
But then we will return it and cancel all progress.
Yep. And there's no enemies to deal with, so I will trigger my contract, heal up.
Yep. And then the question becomes, do we... Oh, I forgot about Steaming Vent. After a player commits characters to a quest, he deals 1 damage to a questing character he controls. I forgot about that. So then it becomes if we actually want to travel or not, and honestly... if you heal too, Grant, after the ring wall came out, you're going to have to discard a random card.
Okay, random discard. Okay.
So I think at this point, traveling anywhere... doesn't really make any sense because... Yeah, I don't think traveling anywhere makes any sense at all.
Well, there's 15 threat in the staging area if we don't travel.
Yeah. Of course, are we going to be sending... we need to send, like, probably 30 at least next turn, which I guess I don't know if we're going to be able to do. If you do send Eowyn... just to try and make it out, we might be able to just quest out next turn by not traveling.
Okay, we can...
I guess as a failsafe... I don't want you to discard too many cards, right? Because you're running, you're running low. So as a failsafe, we could go to the Steaming Vent, I suppose. But the thing is, this card is going to cause us to keep discarding. So, I guess we'll just...
We could go to the ring wall. It's going to get threat out the staging area, and it's only 2 progress.
Yeah, it's kind of a break even, right? Like it's 2 for 2.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just go there, and I think we're gonna try to just quest out next turn. But then we have no other combat to do.
Yep.
So we're gonna be drawing cards, and then Saruman will be attacking us for drawing cards.
Yep.
So, yours is first.
And before he does that, I'm actually going to use my contract.
Yeah, because with the ring wall not in the staging area, no, he's the contract at the end of my turn too.
Okay, I will defend with Erkenbrand.
Okay, here we go. So he's going to heal. Essentially, he's going to heal 2.
There we go.
All right, first one is this attack is considered undefended.
I will cancel that.
That is a wise play, Grant. Holy smokes.
And second one?
Second one is he gets +1/+2 if you have 1 or fewer cards, which you don't, right?
No. That's
so he's coming through. He's coming through for 7.
So Irkenbrand is now up to 4 damage. Luckily enough, I have the raiment.
Yeah, he's got 4 damage of his 6 hit points, right? So
Yep.
he's hanging on there. All right. Now he's coming at me for drawing cards, and I'll defend with Gimli, readying him with the armor destrier.
Okay.
He gets +1 attack. If his attack destroys a character, return the attack into the staging. That's great. I'm going to trigger both round shields.
Okay.
And he gets another +1. So he comes through for 8. And I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Gimli takes 1 damage. Thanks to those round shields.
Yep.
Wow. I love round shield more and more every time I play with it.
Okay, so planning. I will spend
Planning.
1 for this Gondorian shield on Aragorn to boost his willpower by 1.
Yep. I'm gonna give him a dagger also. So that'll put his willpower up to 4.
Yep.
Thanks to both of our 3 hunters' contractualness.
Yep. Bearing in mind we are not at Orthanc, so Saruman is not considered engaged with us.
Yeah, he's only really engaged with us for
while we're at Orthanc.
For 1 turn, but then he continually attacks you anyway when you draw cards. Okay, I think that's all I can do to really boost my willpower or do anything else. I think it's a matter of just questing.
Okay, I will send 4 with Aragorn, 4 with Irma. I will send Eowyn and random discard. Okay, so I'm sending 14.
I'm sending 20, so that's 34. Okay. You counted Aragorn in there?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's the best we can do.
Unless I YOLO with Irkenbrand. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm sending 6,
absolutely.
4, 8, 12, 18 I'm sending.
Yep, absolutely send him. And then he's still... Because I can always ready somebody with Gimli.
And I can always use Aragorn's resources to...
Yep. Absolutely. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus another... We got 13 in there. Here we go.
Yep.
A poison vapors exhaust each damaged character. I should have healed beforehand. That is unfortunately Gimli.
Again, we've got Aragorn's resources. It's not.
We got Aragorn to bail us out. Yep. And then if you're damaged, you're blank. So I'm going to keep this out in case it matters. Hopefully it won't.
Card number 2.
Machines of Isengard. When revealed, trigger the wizardry effect on the active location. If no wizardry effect is triggered this way, it gains surge.
Okay, random
wizardry is a random discard. As long as it doesn't eliminate either one of us.
Nope, I've got 1 card in hand.
Okay, I lost a foe hammer. Second card, another ring wall, but that doesn't cause us to discard.
Nope,
so
we're up against 2, 4, 7, 9, 13, 15.
Yep, so it's 15 to our 38, so we make 19 progress, and we needed 15 on here and 2 on here, so we make it by +2.
Oh, man.
Therefore, defeating the quest, because we have Saruman has no remaining hit points, and we have the requisite number of progress.
Yep, so let's flip over the resolution. If any player has 3 or fewer cards in the hands, they've earned Saruman's Voice Burden card. If any player has 3 or more cards in hand, the first player has earned the Plantier card.
All right, so you're gonna earn the Saruman's voice, and I'm gonna earn the Palantir.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we couldn't avoid that, but it's. Well, how many did you have? You had one?
1 card left.
Yeah.
So we get Saruman's voice.
If we, if we, yeah, if we didn't go here, we might have been able to avoid it. But then that Machines of Isengard would have surged. Yeah, it was kind of risky either way.
Yeah. I think we'll have, even if we, I would have still had less than 3 cards in my hand. So,
Yeah, I think you might have had 3 still, which still earns it.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
there was nothing really I could have done with this game to.
Yeah, just having it out is what. If it wouldn't have come out at all, we would have been fine.
Yeah.
But it did.
Yeah. But we get the Palantir of Orthanc for.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Let's show it off then.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. Here it is. It's got some wicked art on it.
Yep.
There's 2 of them. So it goes on Aragorn. But is it just a player card? Is it?
Yep, it goes into your deck. Likes of Glamdring and Anduro,
Mm-hmm.
and exhaust Aragorn in the Plantier to discard the top card of the encounter deck. If Aragorn's willpower is greater than the discarded card's threat, you may add Palantir of Orthanc to the victory display and remove it from the campaign pool. Choose a player. That player reveals 1 fewer cards this encounter phase to a minimum of 0.
I see. So that's really interesting.
Yep. Would you want to try and redo this quest to see if we can do it without losing, without gaining the Saruman's voice burden?
Oh man. We had such. I think we had a pretty lucky game at the beginning of the game with our flips.
I agree.
Earning 3 Ents, and those Ents helped us win. They helped us with their willpower, and we had their ability.
And the help damage Saruman.
Yeah. I think we'll probably just continue because you still have to draw, right? If the burden goes into, I guess it goes into the encounter deck, right?
Yes,
And we have
it
to
does.
draw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, either that or we'll actually start putting in Power of Orthanc can go into my deck so we can deal with some of these conditions, but I think we'll just live with it.
Fair enough. And that is our game for Road to Isengard. You have become a fool, Saruman, and yet pitiable. You might still have turned away from folly and evil, and have not been of service, but you choose to stay, and know the ends of your old plots. Stay then, but I warn you, you will not easily come out again, not unless the dark hands of the east stretch out to take you. Gandalf, the Two Towers.
Yeah, we did it. I
Well,
believed in us the whole time.
yeah, it came close a few times. Especially when Saruman was attacking. I got literally only 1 defense boost for Erkenbrand that entire game. Where on earth was my ancestral armor?
Somewhere.
9 cards away.
Yeah, would have gave him a little more of a cushion. But yeah, we did it. So we'll continue on playing our campaign. I'm unfamiliar with actually, what's next?
What is next for?
So, we go to Land of Shadow.
Uh, yes, which is.
The Passage of the Marshes.
Yes, it is. Passage of the
So
Marshes.
I believe then we start playing again with
Frodo.
Frodo in that box.
Yep, so Frodo, Sam, and we will have to come up. Well, I will have to come up with an entirely new deck because Merry and Pippin are over here. They're at Isengard because they were captured by the Urukai. So who knows what we're going to get for Passage Through the Marshes and Journey to the Crossroads.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of thematic we can cook up, but there's really not a lot of characters that were around.
Well, for the
right?
chapter of Passage Through the Marshes, it's only Smeagol, Sam, and Frodo.
Right. So that one. So we'll probably base our decks. Journey at the Crossroads.
Journey at the Crossroads. You've got the Gondor ally, the Gondor heroes.
Right.
But
then Shelop's Lair.
It's back to Frodo and Sam.
Back to Frodo and Sam.
So maybe that one we're going to take a little bit of a leeway with deck building for theme for that one. And the same.
Yeah, because it's really hard. It's really hard not to during those because there's just not characters around in those parts of the book.
Yep, and the same would be happening for the Mountain of Fire Saga expansion because again, it's literally just Frodo and Sam. So for the next for the next Frodo boxes, we will have to take some creative liberties with our decks.
Yep. But that's just how the game works. Like that, there's just no way around it. So,
yep.
Unless you do like Grey Wanderer, Sam, and even then, like that's it, right? You're out of characters. So
yeah, because Smeagol's an objective ally. And Frodo is an objective hero, basically.
Yep. So yeah, we'll cook up something. Maybe maybe Galadriel fits in there somewhere because she's like in the background type character.
Yeah,
and Elrond, maybe some of those types of characters. Gandalf maybe.
Yeah. Although just for people that you are aware. In the Urukai, we ended up taking 3 boons instead of just the standard 2 because it fits more thematically and it was more fun for us to play with Intimidation and Leader of Men on Irma and Gimli. We also did end up taking the Beyond All Hope for Gandalf.
Yeah. What's really interesting about that is I don't think you triggered Intimidation. You maybe triggered it one time in 2 games.
I think I triggered it a couple of times in Helm's Deep.
In Helm's Deep, okay. I triggered Leader of Men a bunch, but other than needing like 1 resource early game, it didn't have a huge impact. But they're still great boons and were fun to play with.
Yeah, and so we'll definitely have a look at decks that we could possibly run for the Passage Through the Marshes. It may take us a couple of weeks to get some decks down that we're happy with, but we will be back and we will definitely be continuing the saga.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
Have a good night, and thank you to all our patrons that allow us to keep this podcast running.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night, and thank you for joining.